Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us in this session of Spokane Public Schools Keep Learning series for mathematics. Today's lesson is for students in grade 5, but all of you are welcome to join in. My name is Mrs. Henshin, and I'm a 5th grade teacher at Logan Elementary in Spokane Public Schools, and I will be your teacher for this lesson. I'm so glad you are participating with me today. You can access previous lessons on the KSPS website, and if you would like additional activities, you can go to Spokane Schools Learning at Home website. Sometimes it is helpful to go back and watch the other lessons in our series so you can continue to build your understanding of the mathematics we will be doing together. For today's lesson, you are going to need something to write on and something to write with. So go ahead and take some time to gather those supplies right now. Great, let's get started. Today's learning target is I am learning to divide with decimals. Let's take a look at our first problem. A package of gum costs $1.38. There are 6 sticks in the pack. How much does each stick of gum cost? The first thing I want you to do is to write an expression to match this problem and then to give me an estimate. Okay, now if there's someone there with you, you can talk it through with them. If not, go ahead and just jot down why you think that's a good estimate. Try it out. Okay, so the whole pack costs $1.38, and there are 6 pieces of gum, so that's like dividing $1.38 by 6. So that should be your expression. I know that 20 cents times 6 would be $1.20, and that's pretty close. But 25 cents, that'd be too much because 25 cents times 6 is $1.50. So it's more like 22 or 23 cents for each piece of gum. So here we go. Here's my estimate. $1.38 divided by 6 is about equal to maybe 22 cents or 23 cents. Let's keep that in mind as we work through the problem because it's going to help us make sure that our answer is reasonable in the end. Okay, here's the problem. We're going to use a ratio table. We're also going to use an area model to solve this division problem, which you can also think of as a missing factor problem. 6 times what gives me $1.38. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do 6 times a couple of different things to try to get it up to $1.38. So first, let's do 1/10 or 10/100 times 6. That's 60 or 60 cents. Okay, so we put it into our ratio table. What should we do next? Well, let's try doubling that. So doubling, that would be 20 cents times 6. That's $1.20. Okay, what should we do next? How about let's split the 10 in half, the 10/100 in half. 10/100 in half, that's 5/100 times 6, and that is 30 cents. Okay, do we have anything we can use so far? $1.20, $1.20, that's close to the $1.38, but if I add 60 and 30, that's not going to help me yet. What can we do next? How about 1 cent times 6, or 1/100th times 6? That's 6 cents. Okay, now are you seeing it? There we go. Let's try multiplying that by 3. Remember, in a ratio table, if we do it on one side, we have to do it on the other to keep it proportional. So 3/100 times 6, that's 18 cents. Now, can you see it? There it is. If we add these together, $1.20 plus 18 more cents, that gives us our $1.38. So it was 23 cents per stick of gum. Let's take a look at it using money pieces. Think back in your classroom, we had strips for dimes and then little squares for the pennies and a big square with like 100 pennies in it to make the whole dollar. Can you picture that? Okay, and then for division, we would start out with the linear pieces along the side. I have 6 linear pieces here. Okay, so imagine you have $1.38 and you're trying to get into 6 equal groups. Now, if I put that whole big $1 square in here, it wouldn't fit equally into the groups, right? So I have to exchange that for the dime strips. Here's what it would look like after you ended up doing all of your exchanges. So up to here, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's your dollar, and then you'd still have 38 cents. And I'm assuming you would have probably grabbed 10, 20, and then another of these strips for 30, but you would have noticed, okay, I can't just put that here. I have to break it up. So then you'd have 10 pennies to break up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's $1.30, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you broke up that $1.38 into 6 equal rows. And then how do we find the quotient? Well, we placed our linear pieces across the top. 10, 20, 1, 2, 3. 23 cents. $1.38 divided into 6 equal rows is 23 cents in each row. 10, 20, 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's take a look at this one more way. We're going to look at an area model, and we're going to keep track of it over here. So our divisor is 6, and our dividend is $1.38. Over here in the area model, I broke it down into $1.20 and 18 cents, like we did in our ratio table here. So I'm asking myself, 6 times what is $1.20? And we already did that, so we know it is 20 cents. Let's keep track over here. 20 cents times 6, that is $1.20. Take that away, and we have 18 cents left to divide up. Again, 6 times what is 18 cents, and since we already did that, we know quickly that that's 3 cents. Keeping track over here again, 3 cents times 6, 18 cents. And when we take that away, we have now divided everything up. And where's our answer? It's right there, 23 cents. So 23 cents times 6 equals $1.38, or $1.38 divided by 6. That equals 23 cents. 23 cents. Nice work. Next problem. Alexander and his 2 brothers went to the zoo with their grandpa. At the end of the day, he gave the boys all of his change. He had $5.82 in his pocket. How much money did each brother get if they shared the money equally? So again, write an expression to match this problem, and then give me an estimate. If you have someone with you, talk through how you found your estimate. Go ahead. Okay, so I was thinking if it was $3 he had in his pocket, they'd each get $1. And if it was $6 he had in his pocket, they'd each get $2. So since it's between, I think they'll get around $1.50 each. So my expression was 5 82/100 divided by 3, and I think it's going to be close to $1.50. Okay, let's use our ratio table again to solve this problem. The first thing I did was $1 times 3, and that's 3, like I said before. If each of the boys got $1, then he would have had $3 in his pocket. Okay, but we're not there yet, are we? If each of the boys had 50 cents, he would have had $1.50 in his pocket. Is there anything we can use so far? If we added these together, we'd be at $4.50, right? And each of the boys would have gotten $1.50. Okay, we're getting closer. What should we do next? Let's try 10 cents. So if each of the boys had 10 cents, then he would have had 30 cents in his pocket total. Does that help at all? Can we add $4.50 plus 30? That's $4.80. Not there yet. What if we double? 20 cents to 60 cents, double again, 40 cents to $1.20. Do you see anything that could help us so far? How about if we add this $4.50 plus $1.20? Where would we be? We'd be at $5.70. That's getting pretty close. So if we add those two together on this side, we have to add these two together on this side, which is $1.90. So if Grandpa had $5.70 in his pocket, each boy would have got $1.90. But Grandpa had $5.82. We're almost there. How many more cents do we need to divide up evenly among the three brothers? 12 more cents, right? Well, that would be 4 cents each. Okay, so now we can add $5.70 right here plus 12 cents, and that gives us the $5.82 Grandpa had. So if we add these on this side, we have to add them on this side, $1.94. So each brother got $1.94. Let's look at it in our area model and keeping track over here once again. Okay, so our problem is $5.82 divided by 3. 3 times what is going to give us $5.82? Let's chunk it out like we did in our ratio table. First, 3 times $1 gave us $3. Okay, and if we take that away, what do we have left to divide up? We still have to divide up $2.82, so we're not done yet. Okay, then we did 50 cents next on our ratio table, so 3 times 50 cents, that was $1.50. Keeping track over here. Taking away $1.50, we still have $1.32 to divide up evenly. Okay, where did we go next on our ratio table? 40 cents, right? That was our next helpful amount. And 40 cents times 3, that was $1.20. Okay, so 40 cents times 3, $1.20. Take it away. We still need to divide up 12 more cents. And we knew that that was 4 cents. So adding it up here, 4 cents times 3 is 12 cents. And when we subtract, now we don't need to divide anything else up anymore. Where's our answer? It's across the top. $1 plus 50 cents plus 40 cents plus 4 cents, that's $1.94. So $5.82 divided by 3, $1.94. Okay, last application problem. If school lunches cost $112.50 per quarter, which is 9 weeks, about how much would each week of lunches cost? Okay, write an expression to match this problem and come up with an estimate. Be sure to write down why you came up with that estimate. Go ahead. Okay, so here's what I was thinking. I know that 112 divided by 10 would be 11 and 2/10, but it's only 9 that we're dividing by. So there'd be a little more in each group than 11 and 2/10. I also thought of this. 9 times 10 is 90. You still have $22 left to divide up. So maybe 2 more groups of 9, so about $12. I'm going to keep that 12 estimate in my head as I go through the problem. All right, here we go. Again, we're going to use a ratio table. We're thinking about $112.50 divided by 9, or 9 times what is $112.50. And we're going to use the ratio table to just add up to that $112.50. Okay, if we start off of one group, that's 9. And then if we double 2, that's 18. But man, that could take a long time if we just keep doubling and doubling and doubling. Is there a bigger number we could start with? About 10. Yeah, 10 times 90. Okay, that's a little bit better. Now I'm looking right here and I'm seeing that if I add together 90 plus 18, I'll be at 108, which is really close. Let's try that. Okay, how close are we? How much more do we still need to divide up? $4.50, right? So what times 9 is $4.50? 50 cents. Okay? If we do 50 cents 9 times, we come up with $4.50. So let's take a look over here to get our final answer. We have $112.50 divided by 9. Let's look at our area model. 9 times 10 was one of the first things we did, and that was 90. So let's keep track over here. 9 times 10 is 90, and we still have $22.50 to divide up equally. Okay. So then the next step that really helped us was 9 times 2, because we added those two together, remember? 9 times 2 is 18, keeping track over here. 9 times 2 is 18. Take it away. And we have $4.50 left over to divide up. And in our ratio table, we already know that 50 cents times 9 is $4.50. So keeping track over here, subtracting it out, we now have nothing left to divide up evenly. And where is our answer? There's the quotient, $12.50. Okay, 10 plus 2 plus 50. So you can look at it like this. $12.50 times 9 equals $112.50, or this $112.50 divided by 9 is $12.50. Same thing over here. So altogether, this is $12.50. $112.50 divided by 9 is $12.50. Awesome job today. Okay, so here is today's assignment. A fifth grader earned $94 gardening this month for a neighbor. If she worked 8 hours this month, then how much did she earn per hour? That's number 1. Number 2, Marcy joined the school track team and ran a total of 231 1/80th miles in practice over 61 days. How many miles did she average per day? Number 3, a store owner had 7 1100 pounds of nuts left in the bin. If he divided the nuts evenly into 9 jars, how much did the nuts in each jar weigh? Number 4, there are 2 5400 centimeters in 1 inch. How many centimeters are in 38 10/100 inches? Okay, so I'm going to give you some time to write these problems down. Go ahead. Okay, fifth graders, make sure you communicate with your teacher on how they want you to turn in this assignment. I've really enjoyed doing some mathematics with you today. Thank you for joining me as you continue your learning from home. I look forward to seeing you again for our next lesson on KSPS.